So hello and welcome friends to our channel Intro Mech, and here we discuss about basic mechanical engineering concepts. So guys, in our previous session we have seen some of the digital engineering tools which are offered by Festo. Now in the upcoming sessions we will see some of the tools which are offered by SMC. Now SMC is also a world leading manufacturer of automation tools like actuators, grippers and many other things. Now here I am not promoting any specific manufacturer. My main aim is to showcase you the different type of free online digital tools which are available, and you can effectively utilize those tools for your system design. So without wasting time, let's get started. Before going into details, you should know that what will you learn out of this video. So very first thing is what system inputs are required. So whenever you guys design some kind of product or say mechanism, it is very important that you should know what are the inputs that are required for the designing. Let's say you want to design a system in which you have to push a 10 kg load. Now what is the system input here? You know that 10 kg load you want to displace. So this is the kind of system input, and many times it happens that the system is complicated, so you are not sure like what kind of system inputs are required. So at the end of this video you will know that how this digital engineering tool will help you to know what are your system inputs. Then the second part comes is like what output parameters are required to be considered. So whenever you design something, let's say our example 10 kg of load you want to push, so which kind of cylinder you will pick, what will be its bore size. Now the bore size is the output parameter, so this digital tool will help you to decide which bore size you should select, and it will give you some output calculations which will be compared with your input parameters. So that is very important factor that you should know, that whether my system is safe or not, whether my selection is say proper or not. And then the third thing is how to use this digital engineering tool effectively to check the feasibility of your design. So yes, at the end of this video you will definitely know that how this digital engineering tool will help you to find out the optimum solution, because whenever you go to design something there are n number of different options you might have. Then you have to compare and choose. So what if you have a tool which is readily available, and it can give you the results within a very less time. So yes, all these things you will understand at the end of this video, so don't skip the video, watch it until the end. So let's get started. So you have to just type SMC product selection tool and you will have a model selection software, smcworld.com. Just click on that, a window will open. So this is the smcworld.com site, and you don't have to even log into this. This is a totally free website. You can see a lot of options are available over here. You have some of the softwares which are free to download, then some web tools like power clamp calculations, actuators, grippers and so many things. Some of the energy saving tools are also there. So today we will see the air grippers. Let's take a look. Just click on that air gripper model selection software, you can see, and just click on the blue mark model selection software and it will open up. So this is a complete online tool, you don't have to download anything, and this is totally free. So you can see target series, the precautions, that means on what basis the calculation has been done. You can read those things and then just click on next. As soon as you click on next, you can see the selection method, the simplified component selection. You have select by type, then select by series, select by specifications, product comparison. So all these options are available, so you can check the selection method and their explanation. Like selection by type, if you have a specific type, so you can go by this method. If you have already decided which series you want. Many times it happens as the customer specifies the series, then you can go with select by series, or you have some specifications, then you can go select by specifications. You can also read in the bottom side the selection method, and their explanation has been given over here. Then the product comparison, it also show you the comparison between the different products. So this is also an important tool over here, right? So let's just scroll down, and we will find out the selection methods and their appropriate explanation. So you can just read out this thing, and you can just go according to your requirement. So you can see recommended product is automatically selected based on the minimum entered conditions. So this is a simplified component selection. So according to that, other models are there, other types are there. So let's go with the simplified component selection. So let's see what it is and what parameters we have to provide to the system, right? So let's go with simplified component selection. Now here you could see the required things, the input conditions, which we discussed in our previous slide, the input conditions that we have to provide to this software, and required things like parallel type, or you want a parallel type internal gripping or external gripping or angular type, you have to select that, right? So according to that, the input parameters will change. So let's stick to parallel type external gripping, right? And here we have the operating pressure. Now the range is 1 bar to 7 bar. Let's have 5 bar, 0.5 megapascal, and the opening closing stroke both sides or diameter. Now what it is, so you can click on the question mark and it will show you what is the meaning of that parameter. The opening closing stroke is nothing but width at the opening minus width at the closing. Now you can see on the bottom side the open condition and the close condition. Now what is the meaning of that, or how to decide it? So let's consider example. You are going to grip a rectangular part, and you want to grip it with 2 fingers. Now your part will be placed over here, so you will require some clearance when the gripper is going to grip the part. So that is nothing but the open value. Now let's say the width of the part is 40 mm, so you will require some clearance on both the sides, right? So let's consider that is 10 mm. Now this is the closed thing. So while open, we have clearance of 5 mm, right, on the both sides, so that will be 40, and the width is 30. So according to that, you can do the calculations. And then we have the required gripping force. Now what it is, you can see the gripping force and how it is calculated. So this is a very important thing. Like you can also get what is the analogy, or what are the things they have considered, how they have calculated the parameters. So this is all about the mechanics, and you might have learned this in your engineering, and this is where you utilize your knowledge and all those things. So you can calculate the force, and you can just put the value, or you can also read it for your knowledge that how it is considering the required gripping force. So that will help you to clear your basics, right? So from this you can calculate the gripping force, or else you have another option on the bottom side, which is nothing but the workpiece mass. So if you select the workpiece mass, so it will directly calculate the gripping force, and you don't have to bother about that. So workpiece mass, this is the input parameter. We know that I want to pick a part weighing 10 kgs. So this is kind of parameter which is easy to put. So you can have this parameter, or else if you are comfortable with the gripping force, you can calculate it and you can put it. So these are the input parameters to the system, and you can read some of the important notes which are given at the bottom side in the red mark, like what are the limitations, or what are the parameters, what are the assumptions this system is considering, right? So let's go to selection. Just click on the selection. Now here you will get your product. The selection results, you have only one product, so this has been considered. Now this is without the auto switch consideration. Now let's go for the detailed selection, and you can also read the catalog. So let's go to detailed selection. Or you can also change the conditions if you want. Or let's have other type, like select by type. You can select from here, like parallel type, angular type, or rotary type. Let's select angular type, then again it will show opening angle, let's say 20 to 30, external gripping, the standard, and the toggle type. Now hit on the next. Here the input parameters now have been changed. You can see the parameters have changed. So operating pressure, we can have 5 bar, the workpiece mass, let's say 5 kgs. Now here the friction factor comes into the picture, and the gripping point, the L is the distance. So just put those values over here. The parameters have changed, and you can click on the next button. Then you have to select the series and the specification. You can select the standard or any order to make. Now these are the product numbers. 18 matches are there, so you can again narrow those down by having the standard specification. Magnet, I want auto switch, which like a built-in magnet, and then the port, I'm going with the metric threads, right? So I have now 3 options available, 3 matches are there. So just click on the next button, and here is the total summary of my product. You can see which type of series I have selected. On the right side you will get the 3D model of that part. You can see the 3D model of that part. You can see the dimensions, then what are the specifications, what the input conditions, and calculation results. You can see the operating pressure, the rate, what is that. You can check out the ratio of the input or calculated value to the maximum allowable value. So it indicates that we have selected the product and what are its allowable values, and it shows the ratio of that, so that we can compare that product, right? The gripping length is up to 500 mm and ours is only 25. Then this is the gripping force calculation. Our required is 980 and the allowable range is 1440. That means the gripper is around 68% loaded. We are using its capacity up to 68%. That is the meaning of this thing. You have graph, you can have a new selection, you can have CAD, you can download the CAD catalog, you can save the selection results, you can go to the catalog, and you can also change the parameters. You can have a new selection, right? So this is about the gripper, air gripper model selection, and how you can utilize this freely available web tool for your gripper selection, and it is very user friendly, so try to use this tool. So this is it guys for our today's session, and I hope you got some new knowledge regarding the digital engineering tools and their benefits, and also what are the system inputs for designing the system, why those inputs are important, then what are the system outputs, and how to compare these parameters for the optimal selection of your product. So all these points we have covered, and if you have any doubts, please do write into the comment section. We can discuss over there. Until then, keep intro making. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for the upcoming videos. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you.